Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with Business Coach Moloy. Hope you have been having a fantastic month of May and beginning of the second month, first week gone, businesses rocking. 5 weeks, 6 weeks gone, ladies and gentlemen. Time to look at your business plans and see where are your variances. Today we are on day 12, episode 12 of our series, Business Mantras for Entrepreneurs. We are also in that step-by-step series on how to build a profitable commercial business. Quick recall, step 1, business plan. Step 2, creating a value proposition. Step 3, why do you need to define a target market? Step 4, marketing strategy. Step 5 and step 6, people management. Step 7, we started last week with financial management part A. And if you have missed any of those episodes, please feel free to reach out to us and we shall send these recordings to you. But you can still access the website and the YouTube channels and get an access to them. Today we are on step 8, financial management part B, because this is one of your main avenues for success as a business owner. Financial management is the way you know if you have a healthy business. Financial management helps you decide what you can afford in terms of people, office, inventory, equipment, etc., etc. And you need sound financial information to set your prices and select your vendors. Financial management, ladies and gentlemen, gives you the tools to plan for overall business growth, for diversification of your product service lines, and for reaching out to new markets. If your business growth requires financing, financial management provides the information on how much you can afford in your business. So what's the first thing that you need to have as part of your financial management, apart from what we did last week, that is cash flow? And the first thing you require is a budget. Creating a budget is the first thing that you need as a financial management practice. And surprisingly, many businesses that I speak to don't have a budget for the year. If you don't know what you're expecting from your business at the end of the year, how can you even measure the success or measure the progress of your business? I'm sure many of you would have your budgets for 23-24. If you don't, please start making your budget. If you don't know how to make a budget, you can always take your help from your CAs or you can connect with any of our coaches. However, the simplest way of doing a budget is to take your last year's PL. I know it's unaudited, but push your CAs to give your unaudited PL. Make adjustments to some of the areas that can significantly change this year. It could be in terms of exceptional income or an expense. Manpower, if you're building a team, can be very, very different from what it was last year. Marketing could be very different. If you're setting up a new office, that capex could be different. If you're buying equipment, capex could be different. Capex not in terms of, because capex would ideally get into your balance sheet, but your monthly outflows, if you're going in through a loan model, will affect your PL. Start doing that. You have a budget, you can make a budget, because a budget will be a tool which will track all your business expenses, plan for your future, economize when you need to, plan for expansion, and end of the day, the budget should tell you today, what is the profit that you are predicting as on 31st March 2024. New businesses, fledgling businesses, startups, you may not see a profit, and that's fine. As long as you know how are you going to fund that business, because your cash can never be negative. So you can have a loss-making business, and typically loss-making businesses will be there in the first 3 to 4 years because you're reinvesting, you're spending money. Once you have done that, you get a bird's eye view about what you need to do and when you need to do. So when you have done your annual budget, break it down into monthly budgets. If you're doing it for the first time, you may probably not factor in the seasonality or lead time for closure of a sales, but make a beginning. And don't forget to study a monthly variance of actuals versus budgeted. This will give you a great deal of information on where your business is going and what do you need to do immediately if there's a fire or in the long term. So without a budget, there's no business. So two elements that you should always remember that if you're running a business. One, you need to be a salesperson yourself. And second, you need to have a budget and you need to track the budget consistently. I've seen business owners who make a budget, but they have no clue where that budget document is as they move into month 2 and month 3. And then they get a actual PL end of the fiscal year. That's not how financial management will ever come into your business. The second element that you need to know is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the organized process of tracking all your income and expenses. It's a critical component of your financial management. And I've seen organizations which have collected money, but they have not raised invoices. And one of my clients is facing this, is having such a situation. So they have cash, but the invoices are not getting raised because the cash is generated against a PI. Now there is a big skewing in terms of the cash flow and the invoicing. So there are 10 basic bookkeeping steps that you need to remember. One, it's always good to have a bookkeeping software, an accounting software, something like a tally, a very basic tally. Second, if you're a new business, open a separate business account. Do not mix your business and personal accounts at all. Third, each month, reconcile your account using the business accounting software. Fourth, track sales. Create an airtight system of tracking sales and they get reported into your accounting software. Fifth, deposit all the money that you generate from your sales. It could be cash in some point in time. Deposit the money. Do not spend the money that you have generated out of sales if you have generated out in cash. Sixth, write checks for all business expenses, whether it's checks or bank transfers or whatever. Use the petty cash as minimally as possible. Seventh, try and operate a business credit card. If not, get a personal credit card, but use it only for your business expenses. Eighth, pay your business expenses first. Most businesses start as a sole proprietorship. In a sole proprietorship, you, the owner, don't get a salary. Rather, you get an owner's draw. But pay your business expenses first. Ninth, run a profit and loss every month. A monthly PL statement can provide a better picture of your financial health of the organization. And 10th, pay yourself with the owner's draw. So your budgeting should have an owner's drawing, but that owner's drawing can happen after all the expenses have been paid for. Third, business financing. And these are things that you need to know as a business owner. There would be instances where you would need external funding for scaling up your business. And some of the things that you should remember, equity financing, it's invested from funds that stay in the business, often permanently. For most small businesses, equity comes from the owner or from family savings and is frequently the only source of funds for a startup business owner. For large or fast-growing organizations, you would obviously get into equity dilution and start getting funding. But for that, you need to have a business which has some kind of sales, or there are angel investors who fund pre-sales as well. But there should be pitch documents, there should be a vision document, there should be a market study, and everything should be put in place. And you should also be aware how much, at the most, how much are you willing to dilute, because you don't want to have a business, finally, that is not owned by you. Next, debt financing. These are typically loans that come in either from banks or for NBFCs or even from private investors. They support businesses with debt, but these are borrowed funds that need to be paid back. And the cost of debt financing is the interest that is paid to the lender, which should be captured in your cash flows. Working capital, the money that is used to pay for daily operations of the business incurred in the short term, such as inventory, overhead expenses, electricity, etc., manpower expenses. You need to know how much of working capital is required for your business on a monthly basis. And if you don't have those kind of revenue, from where are you going to generate that kind of revenue? It could be debt funding. So some do's and don'ts for your business financing. Invest your money. You need to invest your money first before you ask for equity or debt from other sources. Having skin in the game shows your commitment and also shows your skill in running the business. Also, don't run away from equity dilution. You could dilute equity, small extents of equity, because that is a great source of funds that you could have in your business, for which you need to know the right, earn the right to borrow. Generally, borrowing is not a right. Rather, the ability to borrow is an earned privilege. To obtain other people's investment, whether it's debt or equity, you need to demonstrate your ability to manage debt well or equity well or cash well and run a profitable business. Show profitability. Even if not in the first year, but second year or third year, you need to show profitability, because profits are what lenders or investors want to see. Don't let lax management inhibit a healthy bottom line. Fourth, understand and retain working capital. Experienced business owners know that working capital is critical. On the other hand, working capital is sometimes overlooked or misunderstood by new business owners. As your business grows, the amount of working capital cycling through the business to support the operation should also grow. Next, be lean on fixed assets. New business owners sometimes think they can purchase fixed assets to start or grow a business. Please don't do that. Be lean on fixed assets. You can always go get into lease or rentals, because they consume precious working capital through down payments and monthly loan repayments. And sometimes there could be situations where a business is not doing well and you don't get exit out of those out of those fixed assets. Next, understand your collateral options. Most loans require assets or collaterals to be pledged as security for a loan. In our businesses like ours, where we are a very, very service-oriented business, we don't have inventory to show as collateral. In manufacturing organizations, they can always show inventory as a collateral. In our case, we can't. So when you have inventory as collateral, you can use that for your working capital loans. So understand what will be your collateral options. Because in the event a borrower defaults on a loan, the collateral may be sold, and that could be painful. So try and get into loans where you don't have your house, for example, as a collateral. Be prepared to discuss options of collateral with your lender. Often, your small business is successful because of your expertise in making the product or providing the service. Unfortunately, you might not be the expert on other important parts of running the business, such as managing finances. If you do not have a lot of experience in managing business finances, it can be a challenge, and it can also become crucial to the survival of your business. And the most common reason for businesses' demise is the ability of the business owner to understand numbers. And this is also one of the primary reasons for scale up. When you don't understand the numbers, businesses can't scale up. They are at a level for years together. As a result, you must manage your money wisely and create a profitable business that benefits your customers, employees, and most importantly, you. Beyond Red Ocean Consulting as an organization is here to help you make your entrepreneurial journey the success. So reach out to us for any challenges that you may have with your product, with your marketing plan, with your management of organizations or sales processes or your financial managements. And get to know more about how we can help you through this one-to-one coaching or the mentoring program. You will get all kinds of support from us. So please write to us, because asking for help is not a bad thing to have. Thank you so much for keeping us going. It's been 60 weeks that we have been going. Keep writing to us, because you are our energy. Till next Monday, same place, same time, with the next step to build a profitable, commercial, sustainable business that works without you. Till then, have a great week and a great Monday morning. Thank you.